Lads, ladettes, welcome to another Collector's Retail Rip. My name is Az, and today we are opening 2025 NFL Donruss Winter Tins. So these are a retail product that came out maybe a couple months ago here in Australia, maybe 1 month ago to be honest. They're around about anywhere between $30 and $40. Donruss being one of the pretty main flagship products that get released for the NFL season. It's honestly one of my favorite, Donruss, and then the Chrome version Optic. They're heavily desired by collectors, especially when it comes to some of the inserts, the main one being downtown inserts. We'll get to that a little bit later. But today we're going to open 3 boxes or 3 tins. As I said, they're coming at around $30 to $40 Australian, so we're looking at, once again, around about $100 for the rip. To see if these are worth it or if it's just better to wait for the actual blaster release. So blasters are not out in Australia at retailers just yet. Blasters will most likely be around $50 to $70 depending on where you get them. So we're going to see if these are worth getting now or just waiting for blasters to come out. Donruss Hobby in Australia is around about $500 to $600. Personally, I think it's just too much for a downtown chase. And I much prefer the retail sort of option when it comes to Donruss. I think it's just a good little bit of fun. It's normally a cheap entry point to do a rip while you're watching a game. So today we're going to see, are the tins worth it, or do we just wait for the blasters to come out? Before we get into the rip though, we'll just have a look at the back. For those who want to see what is available in the actual tins, you can pause it and see what sort of inserts and cards you can get. As I said, the main chase is going to be for case hits. The case hits being right here, which will be mainly just downtowns. So we're looking for potentially a Travis Hunter rookie downtown, maybe an Ashton Genty. I'd love a Lamar Jackson as a Baltimore Ravens fan. So we'll see how we go with the first tin. Honestly, we're not expecting too much when it comes to these tins. I don't normally buy too many of these, mainly because I prefer the blaster experience when it comes to how many packs you get, how many cards. The tins come in a 3x5 format, so 3 packs, 5 cards per pack. It's going to be a pretty short rip, and we're basically saying case hit or auto or bust, pretty much. Anything else is going to be a bit of a bonus. Let's see how we go. Panini, unfortunately, don't post odds like Tops. Tops tend to give you an idea of how many, or what your chances are of getting certain cards in a pack. The main sort of, I guess, resource you have for Panini is looking at the back and seeing what's available, as well as just sort of watching some videos and seeing what collectors tend to say their sort of pull rates are. This is one of the main sort of desirable cards when it comes to Donruss and Optic. A lot of people love the rated rookies, me in particular. I think it's a beautiful design. It's simple. I love the white border. I think the cards just look great. They're timeless. Donruss is always one of my favorite sets. So Jaden Blue, not doing too good for the Dallas Cowboys. He sort of got left out a lot as just omitted. People didn't really expect that. People thought he'd get a bit more game time. Here we have one of the parallels that's non-numbered. We have a press proof of Harold Carmichael, sorry. We've got a Chris Jones, who had a pretty funny moment this season where he just sort of gave up on a play, but he seems to be picking up his effort a little bit recently. We've got Elite Series rookie of Jackson Dart. Nice little insert. So not really a case hit or anything, but a Jackson Dart is always a good card to pull. I sort of have a Leaf autograph of his actually and paid a bit more attention to his career once I pulled that, and he has done exceptionally well for the Giants this year, so we'll sleeve that up after the video. And then a Jordan Love base card. Move on to the next pack. Donruss in Australia for some reason this year has been delayed when it comes to its release. It's normally out a little bit sooner. We've had to deal with tins only unless you want to pay $600 for a hobby box. Which is not necessarily what I want to do at the moment when it comes to Donruss, because really you're just chasing case hits, and you can get in a lot cheaper when it comes to tins and blasters. We have a press proof non-numbered of Devin Hester. We have a Deontay Thornton, rated rookie. I would have loved Ashton Genty. Luther Burden, also have an auto of his from Leaf. They've still got him in practice jerseys. I don't know why. He's not number 87 anymore. He's changed his number to number 10. So it'd be nice if Panini released a card of his in his actual NFL jersey. But again, nothing to write home about there. Yeah, we're, as I said, chasing case hits. Panini do lose their license for the NFL next year, and Topps' case hits aren't quite on the same level as Panini, so I'm really hoping Topps up their game. No downtown here. We've got Keon Coleman. We've got Nick Benito Dominators. Don't mind these inserts. They look nice. Good for collectors if you want to sort of make a set. We have a rated rookie here of Jack Sawyer. Press proof of Roma Dunze, who's had a pretty good season this season. The Bears honestly just beat the Eagles this morning, and I didn't expect that, to be honest. I think the Bears might be the real deal. Their running game is incredible. Ben Johnson is a fantastic coach. Manungai in my fantasy team, I had him on the bench this week because I thought the Eagles would actually do better. But I can get this tin open. But the Eagles have a really good 1-2 punch in the running game this year. So, sorry, not the Eagles, the Bears. And I have a feeling they might make a bit of a playoff run. All right, next tin. So we've got about 6 packs to go in the rip. Like I said, it's going to be a short video compared to our Topps one. Again, we're just chasing case hits, to be honest. Or if we get lucky with a numbered card or an auto, that would be ideal. Looks like a... What is that? Let's have a look. Darnell Mooney on the base. Jalen Royals on the rated rookie. I think it's a bomb squad coming up. We have Najee Harris on the press proof. Unfortunately, he got injured very early this season. Unfortunately for the Chargers, not unfortunately for my fantasy team, because I drafted Marion Hampton, but Marion Hampton also got injured, so NFL. We have a bomb squad of Calvin Johnson Megatron. So base insert here. This one looks to be non-numbered. And then we have a base Derwin James. I love the look of these bomb squads. I think they're fantastic. Got that comic book style in the background. Donruss is honestly just one of my favorite sets. I think a lot of people love ripping Donruss. On to the next pack. Can we get a downtown? I've never pulled the downtown. I've opened a fair bit of Donruss in my life. And unfortunately, I haven't been blessed with a downtown. I have hit a few other case hits, like a Rookie Kings of Brian Thomas Jr. But no downtowns. We have a Ramondre Stevenson on the press proof, rated rookie. Hairston for the Bills, rated rookie throwback of Pat Bryant for the Broncos, and then Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua, oh my god, this season. Has he not shown how good he can be? And with Devontae Adams in that team, the Rams are looking like they will potentially be in that Super Bowl this year. All right, last pack of tin number 2. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, speak of the devil, absolutely killing it this year. And Marion Hampton on the rated rookie, nice. That's Ashton Genty on the press proof rated rookie. We will definitely take that. That's probably our best card of the rip so far. I'm going to base Blake Corum. Sleeve those up later. And then last tin. Last tin. Can we get some last tin magic? Maybe a bit of last pack OP. Let's see how we go. So yeah, like I mentioned at the start of the video, around about $30 to $40 per tin. It's quite expensive. There are some Black Friday sales, so you might be able to get them cheaper than you would normally. The places I tend to buy these from are Gameology, once again. JB Hi-Fi also sell the Donruss Winter Tins that we're opening here. Get this open. Cherry Collectibles in Melbourne also tends to have them. They are currently having 20% off store-wide. I might post their little advertisement just here if you guys are in Melbourne and looking to buy some packs. Cherry is my LCS that I tend to go to the most. Devin Hester, Ben Waring. We have a press proof of Montez Sweat. Elite Series rookies of Mason Graham, and then Xavier Liggett. Panthers, 2 more packs to go. Can we get a case hit? Can we get a downtown? That's what it's called. Just had a bit of a mind blank. We have Jamison Williams, who absolutely killed it this week. Fantasy. Dante Culpepper. Dylan Sampson, also looking good for the Browns. They have a great running attack too with Quinshon Judkins. We have a Gridiron Kings of Saquon Barkley. Really like this insert. They also have Rookie King versions of this, which look quite nice. Moss. And last pack OP, last pack of the rip. Can we get that heavily desired? Oh my god, give me a downtown. No, we can't. Geno Stone here. We have a B-Rob Jr. on the Dominators. Ty Felton on the rated rookie. Kyler Murray on the press proof, sorry. He honestly might have lost the starting job. He has not looked good this year. Jacoby Brissett is running the offense better. And Dave Krieg. So yeah, they're the Winter Tins. Like I said, it's a really desirable set for collectors. It's a fun rip, especially in retail. My review for the tins is honestly, I don't think they're really worth it unless you're really itching in Australia to rip Donruss. The hobby is too expensive for what you get. Personally, if you want to spend big on retail Donruss, it's best to just wait for the blasters. I think the rip is more fun. From what I've seen, case hits coming out of tins is just so rare. And also the tins sometimes have quality assurance problems because the cards move around in the metal tin when they're being shipped and stocked. So sometimes you get some dodgy corners. But in terms of our best card of the retail rip, it's probably the Ashton Genty press proof. It's a non-numbered parallel, but at least it's a parallel of one of the top draft picks and one of the top rated rookies of this season. Lads and ladettes, thanks again for watching another retail rip. We will catch you on the next video.